So I'm seeing a whole lot of reactions from cats like academics, Flacco, and all that. And Flacco's video really pissed me off because you did zero research. First off, let me tell you this. I've never in my life ever been a Democrat, registered to vote as a Democrat, none of that crap. But what I will say is you're 100% wrong in everything you said. And I'm going to school you real quick because you obviously must have failed in that. For somebody who touts fake intellect and all this stuff and everything like that, nah, this is my state, homie, and we going to make sure we do it the right way. Let's do it.
System, man. God bless the Democrats, man. These 15, 16, 17-year-olds, man, who's out here murdering, robbing, flocking, robbing. Oh, man, they're just angels, man. You feel me? They just made a bad decision. They deserve a second chance at life. They're going to change their ways at some point. God bless the Democrats, man, of California, man. Oh, man. Y'all done turn this beautiful state into heaven. All right? All right? Of course, letting 15, 16, 17-year-old murderers out of jail. Of course, that makes a safer environment for the rest of us, all right? God bless the California justice system, people. God bless them.
Flacco, you know your country doesn't give those same individuals you was just clapping your little meaty claws at, you know, they don't give people, kids, aka the 15-year-olds you were talking about, life in prison. Let me walk you down memory lane because America is the only country that does this. Flacco, go ahead and review this since you spoke on my state, homie. News and commentary. We're going to take you back to 2012. I don't know how old you were during that time, but let me help you out. I was 12 years old, homie. California gives hope to child offenders sentenced to die in prison. October 1st, 2012. Yesterday, Governor Jerry Brown signed California Senate Bill 9, the Fair Sentencing for Youth Act, giving California youth sentenced to die in prison a second chance at life. So what does that mean from jump? That means kids were going to jail for the rest of their life before this bill got signed on October 1st, 2012. Well, technically, it'll be September 30th, 2012. Giving California youth sentenced to die in prison a second chance at life. There are 309 child offenders serving life without parole sentences in California for murders committed when they were younger than 18. The bill, known as SB 9, gives these individuals the chance to earn parole after serving at least 25 years in prison and allows juvenile offenders sentenced to life without parole to petition the sentencing court to review their cases after 15 years and reduce their sentence to 25 years to life if they show, check this out, Flacco, remorse and are taking steps towards rehabilitation. The bill is a huge step forward, both for the 309 child offenders who now have a second chance at life, but also in bringing us closer to ending the draconian practice of locking children away for life. The United States is the only country in the world where children under 18 are in prison for the rest of their lives without any chance of parole. Let me help you out. Let me help you out, Flacco. This is directed at you. The United States is the only country in the world, I mean, this whole entire oblong sphere, where children under 18 are in prison for the rest of their lives without any chance of parole. So in Iberia, Liberia, Siberia, wherever you want to say you're from, y'all don't even get out like that. The imposition of life without parole on minor children is explicitly prohibited by the Convention of Rights of the Child, a treaty which has been signed and ratified by every country in the world, except the United States and, Somalia. So you might want to switch allegiance. Despite this, California and 38 other states allowed judges to sentence minors to die in prison. So Flacco, that means 22 other states before this was signed were sentencing kids to die in prison. And I know you won't go through and look at all of the other states because when you see these are Republican-led states, you're going to shut the hell up. Thank you. California has no more than 10% of all juvenile life without parole cases in the United States. More than 2,570 people convicted as children are serving life sentences without the possibility of parole in the U.S. Treated, in the words of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, as you throw away people contrary to popular belief. This is your belief. The draconian sentence is not often reserved for children who commit the worst crimes. Human Rights Watch found that nationally, 59% of youth sentenced to life without parole had no prior criminal convictions. In California, 45% of youth sentenced to life without parole for involvement in a murder did not actually kill the victim. Well, that's kind of crazy because if we watch our interview, where did he say, it was me, I did it? Or did they know this law and put it on that young man? Because you do know they're still on trial for this, right? So you really don't know. You weren't there at all. You don't know who pulled that trigger on Pop Smoke. But instead, we're convicted of felony murder for aiding and abetting the murder, which is what the young dude did. He really went to jail for being there. He didn't kill Pop Smoke because they acted as lookouts. Or we're participating in a robbery. Or the other felony when a murder took place, which is exactly what that young man did. That's what he did. In many cases where children were prosecuted with an adult for the same offense, the adult co-defendant received a lower sentence than the child, which means they put it on the kid.
How do you feel about people saying that you're the fall guy and that one of the older people were really the shooters and that they just send the young guys to take the blame for it?
I mean, we not gonna address who did what yet.
Because some of your dudes are still locked up.
Yeah, I can't address who did what.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go in detail about it, but.
Moreover, there is a significant racial disparity in the imprisonment of life without parole for juveniles in the United States. Nationally, black youth are serving these life sentences at a rate 10 times higher than white youth in California. You know the white girl who killed her mama who's out here taking pictures? Flacco, where's your video on that? You don't have one. Black youth are serving the sentence at a rate that is 18 times higher than the rate of white youth, and Latino youth are sentenced to life without parole 5 times more than white youth. In 3 recent cases, the United States Supreme Court has declared that juveniles cannot receive life without parole for non-homicide offenses or mandatory sentences of life without parole for any crime until it is abolished. The ACLU will continue to work to challenge the practice of looking up teens and throwing away the key. The ACLU is actively challenging this practice in Michigan, a state with 361 individuals serving life sentences without the possibility of parole for crimes they committed as children, with a federal class action lawsuit filed by the ACLU and amicus brief in a separate case before the Michigan Court of Appeals. This is bad. Oh, this is bad. And then to turn around and the Democrat governor did this? California Supreme Court upholds life without parole sentences for adults 25 and under. Young adults ages 18 through 25 convicted of murder can be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The California Supreme Court ruled Monday, rejecting arguments that they should be considered for parole decades later after becoming more mature and less impulsive. And you know, this happened under Gavin Newsom. So you probably should shut the hell up. I'm not nowhere near a Democrat or a liberal, but Flacco, shut the fuck up. Please. But let's start doing this when y'all start doing these interviews. And this is a shot at everybody. Start asking these rappers, these entertainers, how active they are in their kids' lives. Because that's the one thing that stuck out to me more than anything about that interview. And I have no problem with Adam freaking doing an interview with dude. I have zero, because at the same time, y'all out here, right, praising King Von, praising all these other cats. Hell, Pop Smoke rapped about killing people and all this stuff and everything like that. All these individuals who they say death is in the power of the tongue and all this and everything like that. Even the P&B Rock situation. Y'all gotta understand and realize, not saying that the kid and his dad and all this crap weren't responsible, but P&B Rock played at least a good 5% of that just by not giving up some freaking metal. You got money, bruh. Hopefully you had insurance. That's all. Take your lick and learn. He should still be here. If he would have just said, you know what, bro, man. But that embarrassment, that pride, that ego that we all have. So I want to show y'all some clips that I thought was the most important about that whole entire interview.
Like something that was absolutely around you your whole childhood?
My whole childhood, yeah.
It was always in your face?
Yeah, drug dealing, gang banging, prostitutes, stuff like that. That's always been the environment I grew up in. What's going to happen.
So did you get locked up while you were in high school? Or
I got locked up so many times.
What kind of stuff? Mostly fighting?
I been locked up my first time ever going to jail. I got locked up for attempt and assault. I think I got an addiction to fighting. I don't know, I just something as growing up as a kid, or like with my dad in and out of jail, I had to deal with stuff like that, like anger, animosity, so I had to learn how to defend myself, and from there it just became addiction.
So you think your dad being locked up was like the root of you having a lot of anger that led to you fighting?
Yeah.
Interesting. What age did your dad get locked up?
Well, since I was 2, he got locked up so many times, just numerous times.
And that's interesting, because I don't hear a lot of what kind of person he wanted you to be.
He really wanted me to be like a nerdy type, but after I used to get bullied as a kid, so after that bullying stage and I got out of it, then that's when I just became Blockstar. This shit is like it's in my blood, like all this anger that we got. It's just.
So if I had asked you throughout your teenage years and shit what you saw for yourself in terms of a future, you wouldn't have really been able to say that you saw much of a future for yourself?
I seen the future. I just don't know what.
It wasn't a positive future?
No, it was positive. I just couldn't, like, it wasn't no set goal. Like, this is what I want to be in the future. It's just like, in the future, I'm going to be something.
Definitely.
That's what my mindset. My dad always told me, like, I have to be something. So they really didn't give me no choice.
And what do you think he meant by that in terms of what kind of person he wanted you to be?
He really wanted me to be like a nerdy type, but after I used to get bullied as a kid, so after that bullying stage and I got out of it, then that's when I just became Blockstar. Money, so that was the fastest, easiest way I knew.
Yeah.
I ain't have no father in my ear telling me like, this is how you, well, my father showed me ways to get money and stuff, try to keep me away from it. But he ain't just laid it out for me and just like, start making your money. Nobody ever laid it out for me. So if you ain't gonna lay it out for me, I'm gonna go lay it out for myself. Months. Like,
How do you feel about people saying that you're the fall guy and that one of the older people were really the shooters and that they just send the young guys to take the blame for it?
I mean, we not gonna address who did what yet.
Because some of your dudes are still locked up.
Yeah, I can't address who did what.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go in detail about it, but.
So you're the only one that's out though?
I don't want to address that.
Yeah.
Like, whatever social media find out, they find out. But.
So you're the only one that's out though?
I don't want to address that.
Yeah.
Like, whatever social media find out, they find out. Type shit.
Well, I mean, I respect you apologizing to the family and everything like that. And at the end of the day, like, there's going to be a lot of people who are looking at you, feeling like you look like a grown man. But let's keep in mind that you were 15 when this shit happened. And realistically, you came up in a culture that might not glorify this particular act. But in general, this type of shit is pretty normal. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how people react. Personally, it's like...
I want to share with y'all something. A dad is a guide to his son. A father is his guide to a son. He prophesizes what his child would be. His kid looks at him and sees the impossibilities become possible through the lens of a child, because that father is the warrior that his kid needs. It's incumbent upon every man in here watching this to understand your son has no future without you. And I know we have our back and forth with the women and all this crap and everything. And some women will say, well, why don't you want to be in your child's life? Why don't you go to court? Bruh, who just has $25,000 laying around to eventually say, I'm going to pay child support and I'm going to freaking get my kid on the weekends? That's beyond difficult. Go watch The Lead Attorney and how he breaks down how flawed and messed up this freaking system for a man trying to legally get his hands on his child. It is difficult because a lot of us don't have the money that is required. I never will expose these conversations. I have two homies who literally went through this and they were on the phone crying just to see their children. And these are mature men. So an immature man who's impulsive might even do something worse. So I say to you all, fellas, your son needs you. He's dying out here for that male attention, that testosterone that you have that you're supposed to bestow upon your kids. With idiots who are not from our culture, ain't from this hood stuff, nothing like that. They have words and they say stuff and everything. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not really mad at Flacco because he speaks from the token white guy who is looking out. That's his perspective, is of a token white guy. I don't think that man sees a black man when he looks in the freaking mirror. That's why he separated himself from being born in America to taking up this whole entire stuff. I'm Congolese, bro, but I'm born in California. 8400 Timberlake Way in Sacramento, California. That's where I was born at. So what I would like to tell all of you cats on here, bruh, that youngin' is confused. He's 21 years old. How much life did you know at 21 years old? How much life did you know at 15? They crashed that little dude. That's what happened. He never got on there and said, I off Pop Smoke. He never said that. You know, part of the reason why he probably won't feel remorse is because he didn't pull the trigger. So when all you blog sites and all that stuff and everything like that, show me where this man is bragging, said, I got the body, I got the body, I got the body, bang, 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 bang. He didn't say that. And by the way, it's still an open murder case. So I wonder all you street dudes that's talking and all that. And the one thing I would have to disagree on him about when he talking about, yeah, we Hoovers, we the most hated, we don't click up with nobody. Y'all sue, whooping, moving, and grooving. What are you talking about? Y'all clicked up just like everybody else. You niggas ain't special, nigga. And this ain't no diss towards the Hoovers or nothing like that. But y'all stay lying and saying that, bruh. Like, no, y'all not hated like that. Y'all loved by a whole lot of people. What the y'all definitely was at that Kendrick Lamar pop out. Y'all had Hoovers up there. So what are you talking about? We wasn't up there, but it is what it is. Share to keep your people aware. Subscribe, turn on the bell, stay notified. If you disagree, you disagree. We're like 50 subscribers away from 182K, which means we're 18K away. I'm finna go link up with the youth out here, take the youngest to lunch, speak some breath, some life into them and stuff like that in Philly. So if y'all want to donate to that lunch to the youth, Cash App, $ Seti Nash, if you want to. I'm not asking you for anything. If you want to, whatever doesn't pay for the lunch and all that will go directly to the kids because they got Junior Olympics about to happen. And it's a blessing that y'all even took a second out of your day to come and listen to it. But this video ain't really finna do numbers. So I'm really taking the L on this because y'all really just want to hear me talk about Julio Fulio in YSL, honestly. But if you like the video, like it, share, comment. If you don't, tell me why you don't like it. It's perfectly fine.